Hello, ushers and elders. So this is a training video for Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, as well as Easter Sunday. Some of the things will apply Sundays moving forward, but it's specifically geared towards our Holy Week services. So here in the narthex, the upper entryway, we'll have one of our two ushers with the checklist of people who have reserved their seat. There will be some blanks just in case we have a guest or a walk-up. There will be a table somewhere up here with the Easter gifts on Easter Sunday for people to collect. The usher that stands up here, again, will check people in as they arrive for worship and then jot anyone down. If it is a guest or a visitor, we need to make sure that we get their email or phone number just so we can contact them in case needed. Once service has begun, hang out here for any latecomers, and then once most of the people have been checked off the list, or all of the people have been checked off the list, please slide this banner over to block off the stairs. This will not be an exit after worship. At the entrance of the sanctuary, you'll notice a new sign that says, "Please wait to be seated." This is because our other usher and all of the elders, as well as myself and maybe a couple more volunteers, will be seating people in the sanctuary. We're doing away with the name tags. So this is where seating people and ushering people becomes imperative to make sure that we can get everyone in the service. So people will hopefully start lining up here. My suggestion would be to have people come all the way up the stairs, check them in, and then have the line going down the hallway if it gets to be that length. In the sanctuary, we have added 2 full rows to each side, as well as some pairs and rows of 3 kind of spread out through the sanctuary. People will be waiting at the sanctuary doors to be seated. So ushers and elders, you will be hanging out in this area. Grab the family and walk them as far up as possible to seat them. We need to skip 3 seats in between each family group. Make sure that you check with the families to see if anyone else will be joining them. There may be grandparents, cousins, siblings that drive separately, and the whole family group may not be here at the same time. So check with them to make sure we know if anyone will be joining them or not, so we know how many seats to skip and if anyone else can join them in the row. Also at the front here, just in front of me, there are 2 offering plates as opposed to just one being right here. The 2 offering plates will be against the walls. Some of the families that you will usher in may request a certain space for them to sit in. There are some members with audio and visual issues that do need to sit towards the front. We will accommodate for them. There are also some families with small children, infants, toddlers that may wish to sit towards the back. Usually those parents have to go in and out. We should accommodate for those as well. Most everyone else, and this is where you'll have to use your judgment, but most everyone else just make the simple request to be flexible during service for this weekend since we have so many worshipers here. There's a row of 3 and a row of 2 right here. These will be for the elders and their families, especially on Maundy Thursday and Easter Sunday, since communion elements will be up here. The elders will take communion, then communion pastor, and then pastor and one of the elders will start communing from the front, and the other 2 elders will work from the back, hopefully meeting it somewhere in the middle. Again, the rest of the rows all have 9 seats, and they need to skip 3. So if we have a family of 4 come in, we need to skip the next 3, which leaves only 2 spaces left. If we have a family of 3, we will skip 3 still, and that leaves 3 spaces left. If it's a family of 6 or more, no other families can sit in that row. If there is a single, if there's multiple singles, we can fit 3 in a row, properly skipping the 3 seats. Or if there's a family of 5, that'll leave room for a single, so on and so forth. There is a seating chart that lays out the sanctuary. I will attach that to this email, so check that. If you don't get it, let me know or call the church office and we can send it separately so you can see an overview of the seating layout. After service, the ushers and elders will dismiss people from their rows. We will be using this front side door as an exit again, as we did over summer and into the fall. Whoever the usher or elder is that is dismissing from the front, please ask the families if they are okay navigating wooden steps. If they're not, ask them to remain seated until the usher or elder that is dismissing from the back gets to them. The usher that is dismissing from the back will dismiss a family at a time out of the sanctuary. We will ask that another usher or elder stand in the narthex or the upper entry to point directions for where people are supposed to exit out of the upper entry. We will use the double door upper entry as well as down the hallway out of the preschool playground doors down in the fellowship hall. We will not be using the main stairwell, just as on Sunday mornings we have it blocked off. We will have it blocked off for Easter Sunday. Good Friday and Maundy, Thursday, people are allowed to exit down the main stairwell because there is no one coming in after each of those services. We need to dismiss people as quickly as possible while maintaining that distance so that we can disinfect, air out the sanctuary, and prepare for the following service. After service, all of our disinfecting stuff is over here. Since we do have an abundance of people here on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, we ask that our volunteers kind of spread out the disinfecting process. We will have 1 or 2 volunteers take these spray bottles with green tape and spray the blue chairs that are in the entry. We will have 2 volunteers take the bottles with blue tape and spray the hand railings as well as the bathrooms to be wiped down. That can be done one of 2 ways. The surface can be sprayed, let it sit for a little bit, and then wipe it down, or you can spray a clump of paper towels and wipe down each surface. Again, we'll do that after every single service, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, since we do have a larger number of people here than usual. After each service, one of the ushers, elders, or myself will take our fogger or mister, which is this. There is a black nozzle that you turn the settings. The top setting where the arrow points needs to say prime, and then you need to shoot that into the sink so it can get all of the tubes filled and get the air out. You then turn that black nozzle to spray 1. There's also a spray 2, spray 3, but we will use spray 1, and there is a black switch on top that you will turn to on. Then we'll go into the sanctuary. Once the sanctuary is cleared of all worshipers and the fogger has been primed and is on spray 1 with the electrostatic mode on, one of the volunteers will come in the sanctuary and start spraying the chairs. The front of the fogger needs to be hanging off of where it would land on the chair. Sometimes it drips, and those drips keep on the chair and keep it a little bit more wet for longer than we need it to. So the front of the gun hanging not over the chairs, push the trigger button, and just a quick spray. You can go down one aisle and then back over another one. You shouldn't be able to see any of the moisture on the chairs. That will tell us that there's a good chance they won't dry in time. So trigger in just 1 or 2 seconds, maybe, over each chair. The molecules are charged. That's what the electrostatic mode does. They'll drift on the chair, and that's that. Work your way from back to front or front to back, whatever your preference is. That volunteer, that usher or elder, or one of the other ushers or elder that is not disinfecting should turn on all 4 of the fans if they are not already on to help the drying process. Thank you to all of our ushers, elders, musicians, everyone that is having a volunteer role in this weekend and week. Altar Guild for setting up and tearing down. Thank you guys for giving your time and efforts to ensure that Trinity's Holy Week and all of our worship services are a success for our community, our visitors, our guests, our longtime worshipers, young families, old families, and everyone in between. Thank you guys so much. We do ask that all ushers and elders arrive 20 minutes at least before your service so we can walk through who's doing what. as well as getting a good view of the layout of the sanctuary and making sure that we beat the early bird worshipers. Again, thank you guys so much for being here and volunteering and giving your time and efforts this weekend. Should you have any questions about anything that we've covered in this video, please call the church office, email, or text me, and we will see you at your service. Bye.